It's Tracey and Noelle. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk.
Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk. This is episode 90. Get it? 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk, episode 90.
Ooh, Tracey, this means something.
That's how many days. If we were to listen to one episode a day,
Right.
after we brought someone here from another country on a K1 visa, today would be our wedding day.
Wow. Oh, Tracey, I do.
Oh my God. I don't actually, because I don't want the responsibility.
Okay, guys, you heard that, right? She hates me. She hates me.
Well, actually, this is like the last day we could get married, but we'd probably get married. I gotta tell you, I think that I would have to marry the person like pretty soon.
Me too. Yes, I would change my mind.
Because I couldn't take the... Yeah, I would change my mind, but like also the anxiety.
Well, that's the thing. It's the anxiety would make me change my mind. Like, it's like, I can't do this. I can't do the waiting. I need to do it now. Yep.
Right, like in or out. So we're here to talk about The Other Way, Season 2, Episode 15. I want to thank everyone that's listening to this because without you guys, we would be nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Our listeners are everything to us. And if you love what you're hearing, make sure you join the Patreon at patreon.com/trash talk podcast. So we are going to have the live podcast for sale that you could buy the actual recording of it. And it's also audio and video. And you know, so the live podcast, we did Darcy and Stacey. We did the first 7 episodes.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is the next 7 episodes, we're going to, no, I don't even think it's 7. Or the last episodes, we're
Right.
going to do another thing about it. So
I'm so
keep your eyes
excited.
peeled on that. But make sure you join the Patreon. And also we have 90 Day Fiancé magnets for sale. And we also have holographic stickers. Go to our social media at 90 Day Podcast to figure out how to buy those.
Do it. Just do it.
Do it.
Do it.
All right. So let's start. You want to just start the meat?
Let's just do it. I wish it was a little meatier, but let's do it.
All right. All right. So Jenny and Sumit, we're going to start with them.
Okay. I've noticed something that you've said. When this is like when the opener happened, they're showing monkeys on wires. They're showing dead chickens, dead fish. And it's like you're not selling me on India. I have news for you.
I know, but it's like they're doing it on purpose. Yeah, like their B-roll on this was just like wild livestock.
Yes. And I'm like, oh, all right, well, this is very interesting. Yes, it was like a man was holding a bunch of dead chickens. And I was like, oh, this is exciting.
Right? And then there's like a dog in the street crossing by itself.
Right. Eating a homeless man. Right.
Like, what are we doing here?
It's very weird.
Why are you trying to make this look bad? So now it's been a few weeks since she's been to India.
Mm-hmm.
And this is her 3rd time back to India.
Ugh, 3rd time's a charm.
And his parents, right? His parents do not want them to be married. So he's meeting his parents at their house.
Right.
And his parents, they seem pretty nice.
I think they're really nice. I think that they feel much more sad than angry.
Okay, but also remember something. They know Sumit way better than we do.
Well, Sumi is full of shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they're like, all right, like, stop.
They don't take him seriously. Sure.
That's exactly what it is. So they're interviewing his parents, and you could see his mom. She has a giant Coach tote in the background.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. How funny.
Yeah. So he walks in and he touches both of their feet.
Yeah, I didn't know that this was a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing. And they're like, listen, we're not going to accept her. There's a crazy big age difference. And he's like, well, I love her. And his dad says, a mango tree can't start bearing lemons.
Okay, but here's the thing. What does this mean exactly? Is he talking about her fertility? Like what?
I don't know, but he does have a point because a mango tree can't stop bearing lemons. But I have absolutely no clue what that has to do with anything. But he does sound like a smart man. That is a fact. So they want him to take care of them when they're old, not her. So that seems to be their problem.
Right.
They're like, when we're old in 5 years and Jenny's old in 3 years.
Right.
And we all need a home health aide.
Right.
who are you gonna take care of? And he's like, oh, I'm gonna take care of all of the old people in my life, my wife and my parents.
I will wet nurse all of you. I will change everyone's diaper.
Okay, but then it's like, why can't he do that? Why can't he just, I mean, in a few years, maybe he should just open like a little nursing home.
Okay, but also he has a sibling. I don't know how many, but we know he definitely has a brother. His brother can't help? You know what I mean? I don't get it.
Right. Also, like, who knows? Maybe you won't even get old. Maybe you'll get like eaten by a stray dog in the street or hit by a cow.
Right. Or maybe, mauled by a chicken. Who knows? There seems to be a lot of them around.
Maybe your brains are going to get eaten by the monkeys.
You just don't know.
You don't know what's going to happen. I love that, though. They're like, no. We need you to change our diapers.
Yeah, it was just really interesting.
All right. So then his mom starts crying and they paid they have to pay $20,000 for his divorce, which sounds like, oh wow, you're putting a lot on your parents. But then you hear a little bit more about the wedding, and he said that he married that other woman for them.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
And he's like, now I have to live for me. And even his mom said that his last wife was a big boo-boo.
But that's the thing. Like, I wish I knew more about that relationship because they're talking like it was terrible.
Okay, well, they're talking like it was terrible, but also they probably can't say a lot because this legal thing.
Yeah.
And she seems maybe like she's a little crazy because his dad says, you know what? He's like, that was my fault. He's like, that one was definitely my fault. He's like, you took
one for the team in a bad way. Yep.
Right. And now I think that he's actually paying for the divorce because he is responsible.
Yeah, well, that actually makes a lot more sense. See, to me, I felt like his parents were paying for the divorce just because Sumit is a bum. He's irresponsible. He's never going to do it.
Right. But now I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah. It's different. Yeah.
They like forced him to do a boo-boo. So he said that it was so bad that he was suicidal.
That's really sad. I feel like he was really stuck in a real shit situation.
Absolutely. So now his mom starts crying and his dad takes out a handkerchief for her to dry her tears on. Gross.
That's an old people thing, though.
I can't take it.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
So they said that they will try to accept Jenny. And I guess we'll just see what happens. Listen, at this point, like, I get what they're saying. They're kind of like, Sumi, like, you're kind of like a screwed up guy.
Right.
You know, we're trying to guide you in the right way. We want grandchildren. What are people going to say? But it's like, people are going to say stuff anyway.
Right.
Let him marry Jenny. Who cares at this point?
I mean, that's the way I look at it. It's like, listen, he tried to marry someone else. It's been years now. Obviously, he loves her. Like, let them have whatever they want to have. Like, if he's happy, shouldn't that be really what matters?
That's it. Yeah. So now Jenny went out to eat. She couldn't wait at home. And now she's waiting for Sumit to get there.
Yeah, but you know what? There was a bunch of different cups on the table that kept going down. Right. There was Coca-Cola in them and it was going down. And it's like, was she really waiting for him or did they make him get up? You know?
The editing was a little bit silly willies.
As you would say, it was a little wonky.
Definitely wonky. Jenny starts bragging. She's like, I'm older than your parents and I'm in better shape than them. Yeah, they have a lot of health issues.
Like, haha, your parents are going to die before me.
And I'm older than them.
Seriously, good job, Jenny.
So she said that his parents don't pay his bills.
Okay, I mean, they're paying for his divorce. Right. They literally are paying his bills.
Okay, so now this was a weird conversation, and I think this was edited wrong and taken out of context.
Tell me.
So he goes, I'm not going to give up on them. And Jenny said, I'm not asking you to. And Sumi goes, well, I'm not going to give up on them even if you asked.
Right. But no, I just think he's a child. You think that was edited? I just thought
he
was
like,
weird.
I don't know. And it's like, oh, I mean, she was on your side, though.
Yeah, but I don't know. He's a weird guy. He really is. But these two are made for each other.
Oh, for sure.
They're made for each other.
For sure. So his dad feels super, super guilty. And his parents, like, kind of understand. And they're like, is this 100% what you want? And he 100% wants this. Jenny asked him. He's into it. He knows that he wants this. So, you know what? Whatever. Just marry her. Do you know, like, his parents would be so much happier if he just left them alone?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I feel bad for him in a way because I feel like no matter what he does, he feels like he's hurting someone. So I do feel bad for him in that way.
Right. But I mean, you know, that there's a lot of guilt that goes along with it, and it's very hard to carry any of these emotions. And the best thing that he should do is go for counseling.
Yes, I think that would really help him out.
I think it would too. I'm using BetterHelp online counseling. You're using BetterHelp online counseling. We absolutely love this. It's an app. Mm-hmm. You could use it on your computer. You could use it on your phone. You could talk, you could text, or you could video chat with a licensed professional counselor. You could talk about depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, family conflicts. Mm-hmm. Anything you share is confidential. It's convenient. It's professional. So many people have been using BetterHelp that they're recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. And this is worldwide.
Yeah, so Sumit can do it in India. Jenny can do it there or when she's visiting her family in Palm Springs.
Exactly. And as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/fiance. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/fiance. And I think that is the absolute best decision that they can make.
So do I. I think it would be great for their mental health.
I do too. Speaking of mental health, let's talk about Brittany and Yazan.
This is waste my time 2020, these two.
Okay, totally agree with that. So her mom picks her up from the airport. She's in Chicago now. She was only in Jordan for 4 weeks. And she tells her mom that she's super sad.
Right.
She said things in Jordan were crazy.
But it's like, I can't figure out, like, seeing her mom, I'm thinking, like, is this woman an EDP? Like, what's happening here? But then she seems to be really not. I don't know. I can't figure it out.
Well, she told Yazan that she was going to Chicago to meet her sister's baby. And that is true, but also she needs to go to divorce court.
Right.
So her mom picks her up in her Benz truck.
Uh-huh, very nice.
And now, I didn't know that this was something that everyone knew about already. I never noticed it before, but her eyebrows are always drawn on crooked.
I have said this from day one. There is a problem with one of her eyebrows, and I don't know if it's a scar she's going over or what. There's a problem with an eyebrow.
Yeah, that's so
it's
crazy.
Like
but it's like they're
brow.
drawn. I know, but they're drawn on. Just draw them different.
I'm telling you, I think she's going over something. It looks like she's going over a jagged edge.
Well, then make the other one as surprised as the neighbor.
Right. Make them siblings, not like foes.
Right. I'm just saying. So now they're drinking wine. I got to tell you. The thing that I do not like about Brittany the most is her smile. She smiles through gritted teeth at all times. And you know who she looks exactly like and who does that too?
Who?
Her dad.
Oh, I don't remember her dad. Really? Okay.
Her dad had it was always an uncomfortable smile from her dad. When she was telling her dad that she was going to Jordan, he was like,
okay, so that
smiling.
reminds me
Weird.
of, I know that you and our listeners, but especially you, the Black Hole Sun video, Soundgarden, everyone in the whole video had this terrifying smile the whole time.
Yes.
That's what that reminds me of. Yes. She does. You're right, though. She smiles through gritted teeth. It looks like she's smiling while, like, having diarrhea.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening. Like, this is fine. I'll get through this. Yes. So her mom wants her to be honest. And she tells her mom, like, you know, his family wants me to delete social media. And her mom's like, wait a minute. Delete social media? No. You can't delete social media.
But I don't understand why that was the thing that made her mother.
Because that's probably how she makes her money.
Too much. Yeah.
Because that's how she makes her money, probably. Because I think she is a lady of
the night?
Many gentlemen.
Lady of the night.
She is. So she's sad that she left and she misses her Yazan. No, she doesn't.
She doesn't, though. She doesn't miss him. She doesn't want to convert. She doesn't want to marry him. She doesn't want to wear a hijab. Like, she doesn't.
She wants to be on TV.
Yeah. The end. You could have just met someone in, like, Canada then. Someone a little closer.
Yeah. or in your state or your neighborhood.
Yeah.
So now they show the B-roll of Chicago, and it's a pit bull in a front yard.
But that's the thing. Why are they doing this? Why is it always a stray animal?
I don't know, but here's the thing. She's going to court now, and her court outfit is jeans and a floor-length fur with over-the-knee boots.
Yeah, she's my grandmother. She is my grandmother. Because you know why? She had on a bedazzled collared shirt. Let me tell you something.
Yes, she did.
My grandmother lived for a bedazzled collared shirt. She did.
A good rhinestone collar. That was how it dressed the whole outfit up.
My grandmother had a bedazzler just to rhinestone her collars. Yes. She loved a rhinestone collar. She channeled Frances.
Well, she goes to court, and apparently she said that she wants them to, and this is a quote, just give me a divorce.
Is that how it works?
I guess so. So she claims that she wants to go back to Jordan.
Okay. No, you don't. No, you don't. Why would you want to go back to Jordan? You weren't happy there. You can't even stay with your man there.
You live in a hotel.
You live in a
by
hotel.
Yourself.
Right. What you wear is unacceptable. How you dress, how you live your life. You can't drink.
You don't even like him.
You don't have one friend. You don't like him. Everyone hates you there.
So 3 hours later, she's in the court for 3 hours. She comes out, and she's still married because, you know, they forgot to file all her paperwork for all of these years.
But I just feel like, question mark, I have friends who there's always something wrong. They can't get something done because it's always someone else's problem. And that's
someone else's fault.
That's what this reminds me of.
Well, she has her Chanel bag on her. So now she has to refile for divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And now she needs to stay in the U.S. longer, but she really wants to talk to the manager. She says, who is the manager?
Right. So it's like, okay, so now you're a Karen too.
So you want to talk to the manager of divorce?
She wants to talk to the manager of clerks. I don't know.
Okay, but don't they give you like confirmation that your divorce is being filed? Like you should have had some kind of confirmation. I don't know. I don't get divorced often.
But do you think I would just fly casually, like a 30-hour flight on a whim? You know, on a maybe it was filed? No.
Right. Like, couldn't you maybe make a phone call?
Yeah. Don't you have like some Wi-Fi? Can't you check the internet? I don't know. Very weird.
Who knows? Let's talk about Kenny and Armando. So it's only been a week, but this is episode 15.
Right, but he's only been there a week. Can you imagine?
This is episode 15.
You know, I could say this, though. I really, really like them as a couple, but from the beginning, Kenny has rubbed me a little bit the wrong way, and now it's getting worse.
He's rubbing harder.
Yes.
So they're going to go meet Armando's parents. And it's only been 3 weeks, remember, that since Armando has told his parents that, like, he's super gay again. Like, because remember, he's been gay. He told them and they were like, LOL, Armando, shut up. And he's like, no. Like, I'm going to show you how gay I am. I'm going to live with a man.
Yeah, and he's going to fly here and live with me. Not fly here, drive here and live with me because he loves me that much.
Right. So, but he doesn't want to tell them about the engagement yet because, you know, he came out 3 weeks ago. Like, that's a lot.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like they need time. I don't even know if I would have had them meet Kenny yet. I think I would have just gone to get Hannah alone for now. I don't know.
Yes. So he said he's going to take his ring off and they're going to meet Kenny, but there's a language barrier.
Right.
Kenny, you couldn't learn like a tiny bit of Spanish? Like, he's like, how do I say hello to them? And Armando's like, okay, hola.
But who doesn't know how to say hello in Spanish? Also, I learned in 7th grade how to have the most minimal conversation in Japanese, and I never forgot it.
Okay, do it.
Ohayo gozaimasu. Ika te desu ka? Genki desu. Arigatou gozaimasu. To irashimashite. Sayonara.
Okay, but you know what? You know more Japanese than Kenny knows Spanish.
But that's the thing. And I feel like who doesn't know Spanish, honestly? You could get by
Who doesn't know
Spanish.
something?
Yeah.
I mean, something.
Yeah. What do you say? What's your favorite? El gato, right? What is it?
El gato está en la calle.
Yeah, that's your favorite line.
The cat is in the street, by the
That's
way,
her
for you
favorite
guys
line.
that need some stuff. But like, you can't say anything.
No, you're right.
He's like, what do I say when I meet someone? It's like, you don't know, hola, ¿cómo estás? Like, really?
Yeah, you should have learned to at least introduce yourself or something.
And he's like, okay, mucho gusto. And he's like, okay, mucho tusto.
Right.
It's like, come on, guy.
Yeah, it's really bad. Mm-hmm.
Write it down. Spanish is literally pronounced how it's written.
It really
Write
is.
It down.
It's not that hard. It's not like Russian where like there's backwards letters and stuff, you know? Like it's pretty straightforward.
If Noelle could learn Japanese in 7th grade,
this is what I mean.
you could learn a little bit of Spanish.
You could learn something.
All right. So he didn't move. This is why Armando did not move to America. He said that he didn't move because Hannah doesn't speak English and he wants her to be near her family. Now, I don't think Hannah not speaking English should be a reason not to move to the United States because she's so little that she could learn English fairly easily. And Armando, why doesn't she know English? Armando is like a native speaker.
But that's the thing. Like Armando, it's almost like English is his first language. That's how well he speaks
because he went to English school.
But there's no reason why she can't listen. I know that it's a different time, but like my grandmother and her sister, neither of them spoke English when they moved here. And they were like 10, you know, like.
Right, but like little kids pick it up easy.
Yeah.
So I understand that she wants to be near her family, but guess what? He's moved 4 hours away from them.
You can how about a 4-hour flight away? Same thing.
It's not even.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was just so strange. Okay. So now he wants to tell them about the engagement.
Right.
So now he changes his tune altogether.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I feel like he's getting pressured from Kenny.
Right. Well, Armando tells Kenny not to pressure him.
Right.
And now they arrive and his whole family is sitting around a bonfire waiting.
But I love how there's like a little compound. Like it's like different little houses. There's a stove outside. Yeah, let's cook outside. That's awesome.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. And then Hannah comes and she goes, Daddy, I cried for you. Oh my God, that's so sad.
I know.
All right. Well, his dad has been really, really tired. So he's sleeping in his bunk.
Here's the thing. Give him time. What do you expect? You know, of course he's going to be uncomfortable because that's his way of dealing with it. You don't have to force anything on him. Give him time.
Also, remember, like, you know, they aren't used to this.
It's a totally different culture. Mm-hmm.
They just aren't used to it. He didn't say, like, don't ever talk to me again.
No, he didn't disown him, nothing. He also thinks, like, hey, it's confusing, I'm sure, because he was married and he has a child. And it's like, wait a minute. Right.
So seeing him with Kenny is very strange. It's like his dad comes out.
Right.
And he meets Kenny. And the dad says to Kenny, this is your home. Meaning like you're welcome here.
That was so nice.
And he said that Armando wants him to get to know Kenny, but he's not like translating or talking.
No, that's the thing. I think Armando was terrified this whole time. He didn't translate anything.
Right. So now his mom asked, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he wasn't really like bringing them all together.
He wasn't. But also like if I was Kenny, I would have been like I would have been like, Armando, ask your mom this or tell your mom this, you know?
Sure.
And also I would have led with, listen.
Kenny had a bad attitude.
He had a bad attitude.
Yeah.
Because if it was me, I would be like, listen, I know that this is all new. I'm really happy that you have welcomed me here. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I hope that we could get to know each other. You know?
Yes.
But like nobody tried.
No one really tried. His mom tried though. So his mom tried and his mom's like, all right, let me ask about Kenny's kids.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know, were you very sad to leave your kids? And Kenny gets teary-eyed and so does Armando's mom. And she says, you know what? I could totally understand where you're coming from because that's how I feel that Armando left. And it's like, his mom's literally trying to bond with Kenny.
Yes. And Kenny was just kind of like tight-lipped.
Right. So now his sister's crying and they said that they just miss him. And now he tells the whole family that they're engaged. There's not really a reaction, but like also like, I don't know what you want them to say because they're also confused.
Well, here's the thing. As you love to say, which is the truth, read the room. I don't think it was the time.
Yes.
I don't think it was the time.
But even if it was the time, like...
Also, what are
no
they
one
going to say?
screamed.
Right. Nobody was like, you can't do this. They were just like, okay.
Right. Yeah, his mom's like, listen, it's your choice. She did say that she wished that he told her first privately because she was kind of embarrassed in front of the aunts. And I understand that a little bit. Not because I think that it's right to feel embarrassed, but like that's how she feels. What are you going to do? She's not welcoming him.
I think that instead of like doing things like shocking them, why can't you ease them into things?
Sure. So now the family sitting across from him, I guess it's like cousins, aunts, and uncles. They're like, well, we hope we're invited to the wedding.
Which was really cute. Yep.
They broke the silence. But it's like, all right, well, now he doesn't know if they're allowed to stay at his old place. Okay, maybe figure that out before you drive 4 hours away in the middle of the night. What was your other... Okay, so now they say, no, you can't stay here. What do? You sleep in the candy store?
I was just going to say they're going to sleep in the sister's candy shack. Right, because like what else
like,
are you
maybe
going to
this
do?
should have been... Well, I don't know. His mom cries and says, I don't know, whatever. But like, didn't he used to have a house there?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I think it's like a little family compound.
But like, he had a house there. So like, who are you to tell me I can't sleep in my house?
Well, I guess he felt like he didn't want to make them feel uncomfortable or something.
Okay,
but it's like
but
now you're worried about that, you know?
It's like 3:00 in the morning.
Right. Like you waited until every single person left to ask your mom if you could stay over.
Oh my God. So she's like, I don't know. She's like, but whatever. We're not going to ask your dad. I'm sure he'll be fine with it. And she said to Kenny, welcome to the family.
That was so nice.
What? Okay, but what do you want from this woman?
Yeah.
Everyone's been nice to you, Kenny. Everyone's been welcoming to you, Kenny. What? They didn't throw you an engagement party and now you're mad?
Well, that's the thing. He wants everybody to be like fawning all over them. But it's like,
yeah, no.
He doesn't realize that, unfortunately, not everybody is accepting. Not everybody.
Okay, but it's also, it's not even not accepting. It's like, they don't know about this stuff.
Right. And the thing is, like, it's a lot for them to take in at once. And also, they're probably sad because Hannah's leaving, too.
Focus. Yeah. Kenny, focus. All right. Well, let's talk about Ariela and Binyam.
The most unlikable woman ever on planet Earth.
So she's doing 6 weeks. Her mom and dad are going to fly there to be there before the birth. And they're okay. So here's the thing. She says that they found an apartment and you see them back at the hotel that her mom was staying at Guest House.
Yes.
That's the hotel that her mom was staying at. Okay. So you're moving into the hotel?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, again, it was wonky.
It was definitely wonky. Do you think that they're like extended stay hotels and that's where she's moving into? Yep. So they found an apartment, they claim, near the hospital with a kitchen and a bathroom. Okay. But they walk in and it's like, you're in a hotel suite.
Right, because it's like, it's furnished too.
It's furnished.
Yep.
Yeah. So she's like, you're my only friend. And he goes, you're my baby mama.
I mean, he's not wrong though. I wouldn't want to be her friend either.
So it turns out it's $400 for a bassinet.
Everything there is very expensive.
So she's paying for everything with her savings. And she doesn't want him to work because she wants him to stay home with her with the baby.
Right. So she's complaining about money, but she also doesn't want him to work. Also, that savings is just deposits from her father.
I was going to say savings or her dad is paying.
Right.
He can't even work for a month, she said, for an entire month because she needs him to be with her.
But that's what I mean. So, and then she's saying she wouldn't want to be in her home all the time or like alone all the time. But he's like, and he's willing. He's like, I'll work 2 jobs. She's like, no.
She's like, no jobs.
Yeah,
no jobs.
No jobs.
Okay. He's like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, listen, I got orange jeans on. What do you want me to do?
Poor guy. But many, many pairs of shoes. They have a lot of shoes.
A lot of shoes. So now they want to buy a car. He said it's going to be so much easier. I can get to work. Right. So basically, he needs her to buy him a car. That's what's happening.
Because he never says so we could bring the baby around.
Never. Not like the baby could go to the doctor. He's like, listen, the house is near the hospital. You and the baby go to the hospital every day. I don't care what you do. I need to get to work.
I need to get to the nightclub and dance.
Right. So they go and they find like this 2008 car. It's $22,000.
I fainted.
So this woman at the used car lot said it's expensive because Ethiopia is landlocked and it has very high taxes.
Right. So you basically pay double the price in taxes.
Right. So now she's like, anything cheaper? They show her a 2001, like a compact car. It's $17,000. It's like it's been lit on fire. It's been crashed into a wall.
Yeah. The car is 19 years old. Is that crazy? 17.
Yes, I would be like, Mom, bring me a car.
But that's what I mean. Like, Mom, figure it out. Bring me a car. Right. Like,
fly me a car.
Fly my car here.
Drive from wherever we are to, please drive to Ethiopia.
They're in Pennsylvania, maybe. I don't know. No, he's in Princeton.
Jersey.
The dad works in Princeton. Jersey. Right.
Okay. What is wrong with how she speaks? I cannot put my finger on it.
What, the sneering all the time?
The way she actually speaks.
Like, okay, do you mean her attitude or her face?
Her face and like the way she moves her mouth.
Oh, she's just disgusting.
I can't put. Oh my God, Noelle. No, there's. I'm gonna have to watch hours and hours of it so I could do an impression.
I feel like she looks like she's very, very, very upset all the time. There's a lot of sneering,
yes.
a lot of sneering happening. You know, so I'm looking on Twitter and I'm like retweeting all about 90 Day Fiance. And someone said, this bitch had the audacity to be a video vixen, in quotes. Like, she was in a video.
I know. That's how she, like, she claims that she met him on the street, but like that's what she was doing in Ethiopia.
A video vixen. Yeah, real Ethiopian vixen.
Okay, well. I heard that she was originally cast in Usman's video, and baby girl Lisa put the kibosh on that.
I believe that. Was she in? And baby girl Lisa was in the background with her wings.
Yes. So now the producers asked Binyam. They're like, "Would you mind if her parents paid for most of the stuff?" And he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind at all. That's
Listen,
fine."
I wouldn't mind either if I was him. Okay.
Right. So she doesn't want to buy a car. She's like, we're not on the same page.
Right.
So now the B-roll is donkeys in the street.
I know. I don't know what it is. It's very animal forward, this episode.
Noelle, we're promoting just animals. Do you think they get a paycheck, the animals?
Maybe. That would be very nice.
I hope so. Right? It's like we actually started this show 90 Day Fiance so that we can get all the animals in different countries a little bit of a paycheck.
Yes.
All right. I hope so. So animal forward. So now she goes for the ultrasound.
Yes.
This is a week before her due date. Mm-hmm. So when are her parents coming there?
That's what I was wondering. Like, are they coming on her due date? It's so weird.
I mean, isn't her mom a nurse and her dad's a doctor? Like, don't they know the baby could kind of come like early?
I guess they don't want to spend any time there. They don't have to.
I guess so. So now the baby's breech.
Okay, so that means
weeks.
Feet down.
Correct.
Terrifying.
So now the tech said she's asking the ultrasound tech all these questions and like he's giving general answers because he's not her doctor and he can't say yes or no to things because he's not her doctor, right? So the tech said she's like, so a C-section, like everyone gets one here, and he's like, not really.
I think it's much more common in the US.
Absolutely. Yeah. So now she's asking a ton of questions and the tech's like, yeah, you have to ask your doctor.
Right, like I can't answer these things for you.
Right, because he's saying there's not a lot of fluid. And so now she goes to see, I guess that was her doctor, the woman. Mm-hmm. And they said she's going to have the baby today. And they're like, all right, you're going to be third. Because there's two ladies that we don't know what's going to happen with them. Very serious.
It's an emergency.
And then we'll cut you open.
That's very, very, very scary. I will tell you, my brother-in-law was breech. And Marcy, my mother-in-law, told me that they were trying to spin him in her belly.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, didn't that hurt so bad? She's like, at that point, you're like, whatever, you know? And she's like,
I was also turned.
Really?
Yes. My mother told me that I think, I don't know if I'm making this up, but I feel like they just go in and turn
That's
you.
what they did. So she said they basically like fisted her and turned her.
Yes.
Yep. That's what she was telling me. That I don't feel well. Like at all.
I don't know if that really happened or I just heard that. I don't know. I might have made up half of that story,
cool.
but that definitely happens. So let's talk about Cheese Stick and Meylza.
I can't with these two either.
Meylza. Okay, what is his name? Because I just put Cheese Stick.
Tim.
Whatever. He's so forgettable.
Because it's like he has no personality. All he does is cry.
I know, but it's also like, where's your support cat? I thought you were bringing him everywhere.
Yeah, no, not so much.
All right, so he has another job interview, and he said that he's sacrificing everything by going there. So guess what? Don't go.
Also, she didn't even ask you to go. She doesn't even like you very much.
She doesn't even like
you.
And turns out she has a secret. So she hangs out with her brother and their friend. Okay, so that's her brother's boyfriend.
That's her brother's boyfriend, right? Okay, thank you. That's what I thought.
Thank you.
Yes.
So her brother said that Tim is totally different now than when he used to be. And I agree with that.
What do you mean?
Like when they were probably together in the US, he was probably like very like shy and meek. And then I think that because he had such a hot girlfriend, he got a lot of confidence.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And I think that he started thinking he was the man.
And that's why he fucked around.
Yep, exactly. So she said that she, and this is a quote, started relationships with other people.
So she did the same thing back.
Okay, that's fine, but like break up with him.
Also, why are you making this guy confess to every person in Colombia?
He's in the town standing on a podium.
Yeah.
Like, hello, hola.
So it's crazy. It's like
cheated on Meylza.
It's so crazy because it's like this guy is wearing like shame on him.
Yep, I know. So she said that she had a boyfriend, but it was mostly sexual.
Great. Good.
She didn't know if her and Tim were together or not.
She didn't ask if they were exclusive.
Right. She said that she has the right to live her life. Okay, you do.
Yeah.
Break up with him.
You can be single and live your life.
Oh my God. These people are so screwed up. Also, no one cares.
No. No.
I didn't even remember his name. I literally wrote Cheese
Yeah,
Stick.
it's Tim.
It's Cheese Doodle.
No, I don't even like cheese doodles.
Actually, I was going to say cheese doodles have more flavor than Tim.
Ew, he's so gross. He's so gross. She's so gross. I don't like them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Tell me how you really feel.
Hair, though.
She does. She has great hair. She always looks very nice.
She's always put together.
Her makeup's on point. I like it. Her mom is a very good hairdresser. Guys, if you're in the Columbia area, make sure you hit up her mom for some highlights.
Yeah, I would.
Don't forget to do that. This has been something. And make sure you follow me, your host, at Tracey Tuzini on Instagram and Twitter, and go to TraceyCarnazzo.com for everything that we're working on. You can check out our other podcast, Teen Mom Trash Talk, and my other podcast, Only in New York.
Hell yeah, I love that podcast.
Thank you so much, Noelle. Noelle, you can follow her at Noe Girl on Twitter and Noe_Bear810 on Instagram. And just follow the show at 90 Day Podcast. And if you want to talk about the show, if you want to talk about the podcast, make sure you go into our Facebook group, 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk on Facebook. We have the best time in there. That's where you will get all of the information on merch, on live podcasts, on everything. And we talk about everything in that group. So it's really fun. And join the Patreon at patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast. And we'll see you next week.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.